Okay. Hello everyone. I made some changes to my co-op build, to my tried and tested co-op build. And I'm doing did some minimal changes over here. Here's the stats. It's a hero starter class with a 60 vigor, 60 endurance, and 60 strength at level 150. I got the casual greeting to go with the theme of the character. And in the Wondrous Physique, I got the damage reduction. And I got the heal allies tier. And here I got the hefty rock pod. You're not gonna need it probably, but it's kind of useful sometimes. For talismans, I'm doing this because I'm heavy loading. And these two. And all these three talismans, they talk about protection. And I think that's pretty good, theme-wise it goes well. And I got the Endure on my Giant Crusher, which is gonna be useful. And everything combined, I get one of the highest damage reduction builds in the game that's possible. I get like 79% reduction, so that's pretty good. As you can see, I barely take any damage. I should probably manually aim those. Like barely anything moves my character. Nice. See, this is the magic of my co-op build. It doesn't, you can just relax. That is one of the more damaging attacks. It hits you like multiple times. I think that's a pretty good way to finish off Horalu. That's nice. What? That's the DLC gesture right there. And the host used the golem bow. That's kind of nice. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be mostly. The main issue, I guess, with this build is the dragon, the Borealis. That's one issue. The other issue is the lightning ancient dragon, and third issue, I guess, this is actually a good build against Melania. Shuts her down, like if the connection is good. You can stun lock Melania. And for most other enemies, this is very effective, pretty, nice. It just works, And you can just relax and use this build and just keep trying to break the poise of the bosses as much as possible, so that hopefully the other co-op or the host can deal most of the damage. Because this is not, you're not going to do much damage, with these talismans. You can do the two-handed and the charge attack and the tier for it, and do a bit more damage. But I'm not going for damage. After playing for a long time, you kind of there are the meta builds. You can kill the bosses fast for the host. You can make sure the host doesn't die by defeating all the threats as fast as possible. But I realize after a while you're kind of killing everything too fast. So this is a moderate amount of damage with a heavy roll. And you get the pot for certain scenarios. It's chill for the most part. And yeah, it's just good for most scenarios. The other issue with it is the PvP. Like if there's an invader, you can, there's not much you can do. They can just run behind you and get the backstab because of how slow how slow the light attack is. Can't do much about that. But most of the co-op is just this, the boss killing section. And for this bit, this is it. This is the ultimate. And I missed. I don't know what the deal with that co-opper was. Let me try the pot, see what happens. Nice. Damn, the host died. One thing you can be sure when using this build, you're just never gonna die. And hopefully with the heal allies tier, your allies aren't gonna die either, but what can you do? Sometimes they just, it's just unlucky. Also just to show you guys, it popped the wondrous physique. We're looking at 79 and 72 on the elemental damage stuff. It's kind of the best you can get. Makes a joke of most enemies, unless the host is playing on New Game Plus. That's the only time you can actually take damage, or if the people are playing the DLC and they don't have the the skidoo tree fragments. So yeah, that's it about the showcase. That covers most things. And the armor, and here got the boluses. So this is the first time I'm showing off any of my co-op builds, so I guess I gotta run through everything. But the boluses you're gonna have prepared here. You of course, based on the environment you're summoned in, you're gonna change these to whatever it's required. And that made me think of the Madness region. And there's another fault with this build. You don't have any parrying tools, or I mean, you could have some parrying tools for yourself. I guess I'm just not a fan of breaking the theme, because everything here makes sense for the most part for this specific character. But for those old Madness guys, you should have a parrying tool as well. But most other stuff, you don't really need a bow. I mean, those could be useful, a great bow for that lightning section in the yeah, for that part. You can shoot the dragon and get rid of the lightning stuff that's happening. So yeah, a parry tool, a bow, a great bow, and maybe if you're gonna do this, maybe do something about the damage. Maybe you want to do that, and additionally something to give you more supplies, because sometimes co-op sessions go on for a very long time and you're definitely gonna run out of healing supplies. But yeah, I mean, you should try to avoid taking damage, but this build is actually really high endurance when it comes to that kind of stuff. But you wouldn't really you wouldn't be suffering the biggest loss if you have some sort of healing going on. Maybe the Taker's cameo, maybe have that, or some sort of regeneration, something like that. Yeah, you could just have a bunch of that for the supply problem. For the boluses, I have the rot and the poison, because those are the most common, regardless of the area. Generally, those are the most common afflictions that you're gonna need boluses for. And the lantern for the dark areas, and Moog's shackle for controlling the traps in the dungeons. And yeah, there. I'm gonna take a look, see if there's anything else to mention. It's a very straightforward build, you know. As I said, you can just stop thinking about everything and just, you know, help people beat their bosses by doing some serious and continuous poison damage. And yeah, I think the one more issue that is brought up is with the what's it called, the Elden Beast. That also could be an issue, and a lot of people at this level summon for Elden Beast. Technically, I mean, and yeah, that could be an issue because you're not doing much damage, and Elden Beast is gonna run away from you, so you're gonna need as much damage as possible. But for most bosses, I guess, except those three: Elden Beast, Borealis, and the Ancient Dragon. Those three are gonna be a bit of a problem because you can't deal much damage to them. Although I do believe Borealis is weak to blunt damage, and you could combine this with the dragon, anti-dragon grease. But yeah, I don't usually do that. It's not a big boost. Like, no matter what, you're not gonna do much damage with this build here. So yeah, that was it. I'll wait for the next person to summon me, and I'll be right back here in a second. Okay, now we get to test out the Elden Beast theory. Of course, I've tested it multiple times before, but yeah. For Elden Beast, I think Elden Beast is technically weaker to blunt damage. I think you can actually tell by the glass sounds it makes when you hit it. So, but it's like, yes, this is gonna be painful. The other person is using a small club? What? Yeah, this is gonna be a painful, very long Elden Beast section, unfortunately. That's what I feel like is gonna happen. Yeah. No one here is actually dealing any serious damage. Damn. Okay. Damn, I missed. And naturally, I can't time anything because I haven't played it in a long time. Nice. Okay. Now we get to the Elden Beast. I should have managed my indoor casts better, but because I am out of mind. Damn. Oh, he didn't do the third part. Thankfully, he's doing some long-range attacks right now for some reason. I can go to town with the poison damage. Let's throw this at him. Yeah, that was not gonna land. Here, you want some heals? Stay close to me. Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Okay. Nice 5 damage there, Elden Beast. I kind of wanted to get grabbed just to see what it does. Oh yeah, another thing you can consider for this build is the turtles, the turtle talisman. That could be very useful because I'm actually used to having the turtle talisman, so now I feel like I'm constantly out of breath. Yeah, this fight is going on for a long time. Let me keep my breath in case this thing is coming for me. It is. Whoops. As you can see, I can just survive that, no problem. Okay. I'm just gonna... I don't even have endure. Damn. I should have ran away. Let me just pop one of these. And as you can tell by the number of heavy attacks I landed during this fight, you're gonna know that the charge attack talisman is actually pretty useful. Okay, we got him. Everybody doing the casual greeting, which is pretty cool because my character, you know, the Tragoth, is the originator of that gesture. And I think it's really fun because, you know, casual greeting. This is the casual build after all. Or in a sense, you can just beat the game casually. Don't even take much to beat Elden Ring in this build. Let me tell you that much. Like, enemies can be... speedrunners have a word for this. You know, they can't even do anything. Most enemies, if you just memorize their patterns, you can just take care of them. Okay, back to more Horalu. I honestly don't know why people summon for Horalu. Like, if you summon for Morgoth, the king, he would get more health, and like that's a much more difficult boss fight if it's a new game plus. But Horalu is like so arguably much easier to dodge with the slow attacks. All right, let's see. See what happens. Whoa, didn't know something could actually knock me over. There it is. Wanted to dodge it, but unfortunately, it's like, yeah, I have 6 heals, and the boss is doing like 5 damage to me, it's like whatever. It's very chill. Very chill fights. Now this phase does grab attacks, which means I gotta still be careful. Damn it. There it is. Well, this is kind of awkward. I should probably go back to leave finger severing fast out of that situation like I used to. All right. I wanted this to be the final final thing to do, but it's Horaloo again. I want one more invasion where it's like an area or something, or a different boss, just for the showcase. Good timing for the phase 2 beginner. Seems like a done fight. Yep. Nice. We have the Black Flame cosplay. That's pretty good. All right, different area at least. What the hell? Yo, sounds just like me. Okay. You're a thrust damage advocate, I assume? Yeah, everything you do is thrust. Which is not great for if we're having a gargoyle fight, because you're gonna need some blunt damage for that. Gonna wait for someone else to be summoned? Are you summoning someone, or? All he does is thrust. Oh, now you're summoning someone else. What were you waiting for then? Gargoyles can be a bit tricky, especially this one. Yeah, as you can see with this build, bosses do like 3 damage and normal enemies do like 1 damage, and it's like, okay, you're tickling me. It's the ultimate build. It took me years to make it. I actually got poisoned. Did you? Okay. And now we've been invaded. Now this right here is a problem. Hopefully not with the thrust host, because then we have something to actually fight the... Yeah, this host seems like a PvPer, to be honest. And it's like... Gonna find out here in a second what the invader is about. The the vulgar militia masterfully dodged my attack there. Now, should we fight the boss as the invader is around? Probably not. Or what do you know? Maybe the invader is AFK. Am I right? Nice. A lot of X's in today's group. EXX and CX. Oh, that's what was happening. Did the invader jump off something, or was CSX trying to kill him? We'll never know. All right, here it is. That's nice. Damn. Test out the... Jeez. The golem is really doing it to me. Oh. The host is just standing around. Well, this is not the best situation. Damn! You see, having poise is not always the best scenario. Golem really killed me. This is very rare. I should probably check something, see what's going on. You know, check out the video, check the video back, see where it all went wrong. But yeah, I haven't played in a very long time. I've been doing mostly PvP for quite a while now. So I'm not doing it right. And I'm doing heavy roll. Could that be an issue possibly? Or maybe I just forgotten the movesets. I'm barely dodging anything. Yeah, that's probably it. But this build, the ultimate build, this isn't my OG. which I used the co-op for a very long time on. But I figured, change a few things around, see what happens, experiment with it. And yeah, it's pretty nice. It hit the 79% damage reduction, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, you guys know what the build is about by now if you watched the video. So yeah, you can go ahead and try it out. It's pretty nice. It's pretty chill. And I wouldn't know what would happen if like 3 people have this build. Like the boss would be constantly always broken. But yeah, that was about it, and that was my build. I would stream, but I can't. Stream this build. See, do live co-op sessions, but unfortunately I cannot because of internet issues. But yeah, that was about it, and thank you for watching.